So they got this new TV show. It's, what is it called? It's called like Brother Husband or something like that. It should be called The Pain of the CUCK. Called that, titled Pain of the CUCK. Here's the headline. Meet the couple who opened their 11-year marriage to a divorced father so they could grow emotionally and sexually. And here's an image of a woman holding hands with this man on the left and has her arm around this guy. Yo, this dude's got to be dead inside. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to say it outright. There is no circumstance where I would ever be party to this. I'm fairly libertarian, right? I always say that. And my attitude is always, look, man, I guess you're going to do your thing. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If I was in a relationship where something like this is happening, I'd say, go be happy. This don't work for me. And if it don't work for me, I ain't going to stick around. So if we're not working anymore, you go do your thing. Unfortunately for me, I think I'm doing pretty well in that department. I don't have to worry about anything like this. But I got to tell you, my advice to this guy, I don't know how you do this to yourself. I think you just say, lady, been married for 11 years. You ask for an open marriage, it's done. Anybody comes to me at any point ever and says they want to have an open relationship, I say, okay, pack your bags. Because we're not doing this. You're clearly not happy. You clearly need something else. And simply asking is enough for me to say, it's over. Take a look at this. Kim, 37, and Dustin, 42, have been married for 11 years and opened up their marriage last year on Seeking Brother Husband. They show their relationship with Vincent, who dates Kim, but not Dustin. Wait, what? So hold on. She's dating some other guy, but not her own husband. What does that mean? Does it like, they said opening up their relationship has been challenging, mainly because others judge them. Yeah, you bet. Look, if this guy's happy, all right, fine. More power to you. I'm just speaking from my personal view. I don't want to do that. Right? I wouldn't do it. Sorry. I view it like this. Imagine you started a company that makes knitted scarves, and you started with a business partner, and your partner is the person who makes the scarves and you handle all the business stuff. And then one day they say, look, I think we should open up the company to a third party person, bring them in because they'll make my job easier. You got to be like, okay, well, no, I'm not giving up my equity for this. Okay. I just don't see how that works. You want to sell a portion of it? This guy doesn't get anything for this. He's just losing his wife. Here's what it says. Kim loves Dustin, her husband, and Vincent, her boyfriend. And that's exactly why she wants to find another partner. Oh, a year ago, Kim and Dustin decided to open up their marriage, specifically in search for another man. When Kim fell in love with Vincent, whom she met through a mutual friend, they, along with her husband, decided to become a family unit. Their grade school-age children play together, and Dustin and Vincent have become friends. Kim has a sexual relationship with both men. Their story is featured on TLC series Seeking Brother Husband, where married women seek to date and marry men in addition to their first husbands. On the show, partners grapple with jealousy, confused and unsupportive family members, and lots of uncomfortable conversations about polyamory. Oh, here, let's play it. Let's play it.
Polyandry is the practice of one woman having multiple husbands.
I was watching my partner fall for another man right before my eyes.
To see me holding hands with somebody else or like kissing someone else, you don't think that would be hard?
It wouldn't be easy.
To do this lifestyle successfully, you have to be willing to go outside of your old comfort zones.
You're okay with her sleeping with other men?
Most of the time.
I wish I could be everything that you need, but I can't.
I didn't think I was going to be swapped out.
And I don't feel like it's a swap out.
Well, that's because you're not getting swapped out.
I'm just not having a good time right now.
Well, you don't deserve
Justify
to.
you're married. How can you go out with another person?
Seeking Brother Husband. Sundays on TLC. Oh man, new show alert. These ladies are living the plural life, polyandry style, aka multiple husbands. All right. Look, I'm not going to come here and be like, you're not a man if you're letting this lady do these things, you know, whatever. I don't care, dude. I don't care. I think it's bad. I think you will be unhappy. I do not believe people can be happy in these circumstances. I really don't. I really, really don't. I think they're lying. I think that any guy, you see, it's funny. You see these images where it's like, we're a polycule unit. And it's always some like morbidly obese woman with like 5 low T effeminate men. Look, man, maybe they're happy. I don't care. Me, that doesn't work for me. I have goals. I have a vision. I have needs. I have wants. And there are things that I'm willing to give in exchange for that. I have emotions and I care about people. And man, look, I didn't grow up in some conservative religious household. Briefly went to Catholic school, but it was a fairly urban liberal version. Like it's like urban liberal version of conservative, which is basically still just urban liberal. Hanging out with a bunch of friends and people are doing whatever they want. And there's a lot of drugs and it's like, it's pretty wild. But I still believe in loyalty and relationships because they serve a purpose. What is the purpose of this? They're not having kids. They don't need the financial assistance. It's just gluttony. It is pure lust and gluttony. It serves no other purpose. And that I think is one of the defining factors in the culture war. Those who seek to accomplish something and build something, and those who just want instant gratification. They want to feel good. They want the dopamine hit. Ooh, they want it now. Me, I'm kind of like, these things serve a purpose. We have purpose. We have goals. We find fulfillment in each other. We have a shared mission. We enjoy each other's company. And we want to be somewhere in the future. And we work towards it together. It's a contract. It's an exchange. And it's not just, here's what I think too. I think marriage is absolutely a contractual arrangement, much like a business. And I think a lot of people don't understand this. It is not just an emotional thing. And businesses are not just a contractual thing. I am very emotionally invested in my business and the work that I do. I care deeply about the work that I do. I'm emotionally moved by the work that I do. I am attached to it. I have passion for it. I have a love for it. It's not the same as romantic love. Ian on Timcast IRL likes to talk about the different kinds of love. But it's funny because like working a business and working a job, there is an emotional attachment to that, the same as an emotional attachment to a significant other, a loved one. And there is a contractual agreement. When you swear an oath till death do you part, when you combine your assets and resources, you are forming a pact to build something together, same as if you had a business partner. The emotions are different, but the emotions are all still there. This is like, I don't know, the communism of relationships, that these individuals think they can just have it all, but clearly people are being hurt by it. They say Insider caught up with Kim and Dustin, who said they're nervous but excited about being on the TLC series because they haven't publicly shared their open relationship. We've always worn our hearts on our sleeves, so we were like, hey, let's do this thing. She said she hopes that showing her authentic relationships can help others who are considering non-monogamous relationships. And fine, if that's what makes them happy, like, hey, don't let me stand in your way. I just don't think that's a good thing. From the time Kim and Dustin started dating in their 20s, they were comfortable talking about attraction and how it can exist outside of marriage. When Kim would point at another man she found hot, or Dustin did the same with a woman, neither grew resentful because they were confident in their connection to each other. Still, they didn't discuss opening their marriage until the 10-year mark. If you'd have told me early on in our relationship that we would be here, I would have a hard time believing it. Dustin said he and Kim have always been invested in each other's individual spiritual growth, which to them includes sexual and emotional growth. Taking a leap into an open relationship felt like a way to expand the experience. Kim said opening up their relationship made their already great sex life even more lively. So what? Is this dude like watching and like getting off on it or something? Feeling safe expressing our sensuality, blah, blah, blah. Kim wants to date more men, but Vincent is concerned it will hurt their relationship. I love this. So the boyfriend is like, I don't want you dating anybody else. It's like, but I'm married. He's like, well, okay, but nobody else. When Kim met Vincent a year ago, she said they had an immediate connection. On the show, Vincent, who was 36, said he met Kim after struggling with shame over 2 failed marriages. She saw the best in him when he couldn't. So here's a guy whose marriage has failed, and so he's just going to make this marriage fail. They started the relationship with Vincent. He's intense, overwhelming, blah, blah, blah. Their long-held religious guilt. Kim said she grew up in an evangelical Christian community and was taught it was shameful to be with more than one partner. During the first episode, Vincent and Dustin both say they unexpectedly formed a close non-sexual bond over their genuine love for Kim. Dustin said he's open to Kim adding even more partners. Wow. Currently, Kim and Dustin have a home where they raise their 7-year-old son, while Vincent lives alone and has children from a previous marriage. Vincent said He felt himself starting to withdraw from the relationship because he felt unsure about Kim dating outside of him and Dustin, since he already has trouble with being the second male partner. My biggest hang up is accepting where I fit into this dynamic. What are brother husbands? Oh, man. So they're saying they had a show called Sister Wives, premiered September 2010. It's about the Mormon religion. Seeking brother husband is not rooted in religious beliefs. On the show, not all the men are legally married to their female partners. That's because bigamy is already, it's a federal crime. Wow, interesting. During the first episode of Seeking Brother Husband, the focus is on Kim dating other partners, but Kim said she's open to Dustin dating other women, as he has in the past. We've always been an equal partner, blah, 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 blah. I just kind of feel like if you're at this point, you're not really married. It's not what marriage is. And what we're seeing with dating culture is that, and with marriage and no-fault divorce, there's almost no point to it. Marriage is a life pact. If you want to date. If you want to get married, it's something else. But now with no-fault divorce, you're not even really married. You're just dating. And that's what we see a lot of. This, I think, is just the continual degradation of the family unit. And when the family unit crumbles and collapses, I think society goes along with it. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.